all of kidney physiology falls into three processes. We have filtration, secretion, and reabsorption. All right, filtration first. It is literally the same thing you did in chemistry class in your undergrad experience, right? So you've got pressure on this side, you've got a filter paper of some kind, right? And some solute passes through the filter paper, some things are left behind, okay? Now, what controls what passes? Size, okay? How big the spaces are that allow things through will determine what passes and what doesn't, okay? So this is the glomerular filtration membrane, and we're going to talk about all of these, but the spaces are very small that materials have to squeeze through, smaller than a protein. So these spaces right here are smaller than a protein, which means when a protein comes, it can't get through, right? So it's held back. Okay, so that's filtration. That's where it all begins. So what enters the glomerular capsule is anything that's a small molecule. Anything in the plasma that's a small molecule gets filtered. It's just that simple. It's all about size, okay? Now, what comes next, remember, filtration is decidedly non-selective. It's only about size. We've excluded the red cells and the protein. Everything else came through. Well, there's a lot of stuff in there that we would really like to keep, right? Including a whole bunch of water, glucose, proteins, all that good stuff. So, filtration has to be coupled with reabsorption. This filtration pushes everything out. Reabsorption selectively pulls good stuff back in, okay? Secretion then is the body, after filtration has occurred, further adding stuff to the urine. You know, so imagine, for example, that your sodium was extra high, right? Your actual sodium level was high. In other words, you had sodium to get rid of, okay? Yes, sodium is going to be filtered, and less sodium will be reabsorbed, but the body is going to actually secrete extra sodium because you have too much, all right? So filtration, passing through the filter, reabsorption, pulling things back in, secretion, adding things on purpose. Yes, ma'am?
Kind of on topic, but so if you like feed out blood, then would that be a problem with the filtration part?
Correct. So hematuria, there's several causes, okay, but one cause is breakdown of the filtration membrane. It actually depends on where the blood is coming from. Wait, where's my amazing nephron? You can also bleed from this end, right? So more on that later. But yes, you are correct in your analysis. Okay, so three processes. We are going to see these three processes happen at different parts of the nephron. Okay, filtration happens in only one place, and that's at the glomerular capsule, or at the corpuscle. This round bit at the beginning is called the corpuscle. Inside the corpuscle is the glomerulus, which is the tuft of capillaries. Then you have Bowman's capsule around it. That whole structure is called the corpuscle, the glomerulus and the capsule combined. Okay, so that bit is the renal corpuscle. So that's where filtration occurs. Then the arrows show you where filtration and reabsorption is occurring, right? So filtration is here, water reabsorption here, here, and then variably here and here. Solute reabsorption, lots of it in the proximal convoluted tubule, some in the distal. And we're going to look at these relationships as we go. Okay, so first lesson on this point, proximal convoluted tubule has a lot of obligate water reabsorption and solute reabsorption. So like 80% of the materials in the filtrate here are reabsorbed here immediately. Okay, now why, you might ask? Because filtration needs to be non-selective. You know, I like to give the example of a medication. So if you give a patient a pharmaceutical, their body doesn't know how to handle that, right? It's not a molecule it made. You might not have an enzyme to break it up or whatever. But we still need to get rid of it somehow, right? So filtration means that even a molecule that is totally foreign to the body, if it's small enough, it will get filtered and it will not be reabsorbed because the body doesn't know anything about it, you see? So the reason for lots of filtration and then a whole bunch of obligate reabsorption is to make that happen, is to make the ability to get rid of something that the body doesn't know anything about.